What's going on, everybody? It's me, Truck Driver Sean. Today, we're coming at you with this. Yes, sir. All right. This right here is kind of like a mismatch of two different guitars that Gorilla does. Because I'm fussy, I wanted certain things on it. So Gus has been calling this the M7 TDS Tactical. As far as the price, to have it done exactly the way I had mine done, he's working on that. So check the Gorilla website if you want to know. You will be able to get my version of this if you ask. I do not believe it's going to be like available like on the website, but if you ask, he will build it. It's not too much more expensive than the regular one, so it's actually a pretty good deal. For what you're getting, it's a stunning deal. So let's talk about what you get in this guitar. All right. So, because I like to cheat, Gus actually sent me all the shit that's on it. All right. So, obviously, it is a 7-string. Whoa. Would have never guessed that. It is neck through construction. It has basswood side wings, a torrefied 3-piece maple neck, ebony fretboard, lumile green side dots. But here's what's really cool. The lumile dots, which you see right here, they also are on the fretboard itself. So if you're the type of person like me that likes to look down, it actually kind of lights up a good chunk of the fretboard. It's I don't know how Gus is doing it like that. I imagine it's not very much wizardry, but I was impressed because I didn't ask for that, and it just came with it. Awesome. Like when I came inside from outside from taking a picture of it, it came in here. It was super bright. It was awesome. It's a great thing, especially if you're the type of person who's playing live on a stage, which I don't do. But if I was gonna do it, I definitely want those there. That was pretty sick. All right. They have Seymour Duncan Black Winters in it. That's what it is for a set. All right, so that's pretty cool. 25.5-inch scale length. But what he's done is, even though that's a scale length, from bridge on, it's also stretched out just a little bit here. So it's kind of like, it's not a multi-scale, but he's got it set up so that, like right now, it's a G sharp, and it holds out great. It stays snappy. I don't have to have super thick strings on it, which is nice. The body has a really good thickness to it. It's not super thick. It's built pretty much the same as. Oh, look at that! Oh, that is sexy as shit right there, isn't it? So yeah, it's just a really cool guitar. It's a very good complement to my 6-string. And none for nothing. I only have 2 complaints with this. One of them has nothing to do with the build. It's a personal preference. The bridge, for precision instruments, I like to have a hip shot or one of those make-believe hip shot bridges. I don't even care if it's a hip shot. I mean, of course, I'd like to have a hip shot. But those, like what comes on pretty much anything made in Indonesia, those bridges are perfectly fine. I know a lot of people bitch about them, but I've never had a problem with them. Ever. It's cool to say you have a hip shot, but, I mean, Jesus. You know? If it's not serving a purpose, it's just a name brand. All right, still steel and the same moving fucking parts. So yeah, it's got Gorilla lock-in tuners on it, which I gotta say, a lot of things have changed over the years with guitars. I am a Hipshot products guy. I like my Hipshot tuners, I like my Goto tuners, but these right here, I'm not giving up nothing by having Gorilla tuners except for the price tag. All right, so save a little bit of cheddar there. This is made, even though at the price point, their tactical stuff is made in the shop. The same guys who make the $3,000 guitars are making the $1,000 guitars. Thing is, a little less detail on your paint. Using these kind of bridges instead of Floyd's and Evertune and all that shit. Save a chunk of money on that. It's not a bad bridge. It's kind of the bridge I want, like on a Les Paul. You know, I'm good with that. But on these type of guitars, for me, when I play a guitar like this, it's a precision instrument. Even though all I do is chug, I still appreciate a precision instrument. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, it's got a matte finish on the back of the neck, which is a gift. I love that Gus does that. The whole paint job is matte actually. And it's so comfortable. I can't say that enough times. It is so comfortable. Very little tool marks on it. Obviously, when you got someone working with hand tools and stuff, you're going to get some. I will say this. If you get guitar from Indonesia, it's got a shit ton more. The paint took really well. It feels good. One of my favorite parts about the guitars that they do at the shop is that right there. That you cannot fake. All right? Yes. And for those of you who ask what the things around me, it is a fret wrap by Grove Gear. It's a 7-string, so it bleh, bleh, bleh. You got to shut those things up. Be responsible with your 7-string and shut the fucking thing out. All right. But I love this thing. It's great. It's got a great weight to it. You definitely know you have a good quality piece of wood in your hand. If you've picked up enough guitars, you know what I mean. Some guitars you pick them up and you're like, oh wow, this doesn't weigh nothing. And the first time you drop it, you know one of the wings is breaking off or something. I only have really one imperfection in the paint. It's right here. Which, none for nothing, I'm not going to complain about it because, yeah. Some things you just don't complain about. And then I got that little bit right there. I'll keep the guitar forever, so if it peels off and gets worn, it's alright. As you can tell, she's a little boogery. But that's really the only imperfection on it. Everything else is kind of pretty much spot on. And you run into stuff like that because they're not painted by a machine, they're painted by Gus. Alright? He goes in there, does his magic. I think his paint jobs are pretty cool. They're a little different what everybody else does. And really, at the end of the day, for the money you're going to spend on it, and I don't know the price, but I can assume there's a 6-string version of the Burn, which is kind of what the paint job is based on, and some of the specs are based on it. That's a 6-string. I believe that's $11.99. So being a 7-string, the rule of thumb is add anywhere from $100 to $150. So she's probably going to be pretty close to $12.50, maybe a little more. I don't know, but still, if you buy yourself a good built Indonesian guitar, you're spending that much money. So buy a guitar from North America, built by men, not machines. Just saying. It makes a difference. It really does, folks. You know, and I really love my Gorilla guitars. This is the second one, or third one I've owned. I owned one that we just don't talk about much, and I felt like an asshole. I bought it. I was like, oh, I got myself a 7-string Gorilla, and it was a guitar that was part of a small run that Gus did, making his overseas guitars, and it was not good. That sucked to have to get a hold of him and go, dude, what's up with this guitar? Because it sucks. And he's like, yeah, I tried it. I didn't like it. I couldn't control what was going on with it. And you can tell the guy has an immense amount of pride in what he does. And he does it extremely well. And he's a super kind man. That's what's awesome. Like, if you message Gorilla Guitars, you're talking to Gus, pretty much. You know, I know he's got a couple guys working there now. I'm pretty sure Gus handles everything still. See, like, you're talking to the owner and master craftsman there, the head luthier, and you couldn't ask for a sweeter, nicer guy. Like, he's legit a good guy. And if you have a problem with your guitar, he wants to fix it. That's the thing. It's not like, no, he wants to fix it. He wants his customers happy. And in today's universe, it's really, really hard to find guys who are that genuine. I know a lot of people think he's a cocky motherfucker, but you know what? He makes amazing guitars. And he sells them at a price that should embarrass a lot of companies that he keeps toe to toe with. In my opinion, he's building on the same level that like Kiesel's building. You know, and I don't mean to poke fun at Kiesel, they're just an easy target. He's building stuff that goes toe to toe with it at a quite a lesser dollar point, you know? Sorry, it's just true. But to get this guitar from Kiesel, made the Kiesel way, you're talking $1,900 to $2,000. Yeah. So the savings are significant. And I don't know how long he's going to leave the code up. Gustus does crazy stuff. But he told me to mention it in my video, so I am going to mention it. And again, I do not know how long he's going to leave it up. But if you put TDS in the discount code, it will take 10% off your order. So look at it this way. If you order a guitar that's $1,000, it takes $100 off. $100 is $100. I mean, I know you right there. You've done some fucked up shit for less money than that. I know you have, because I have. Just saying. Hand of the Lord. I've done some fucked up shit for less money than $100. Yeah. Some of you know exactly what those things are, because you've been friends for a long time. But yeah, anyhow, Gorilla Guitars. If you want to get this particular model, just contact Gus and tell him you want a M7 TDS Tactical. And it is a matte white. It's got the smoke burn on the lower part of it, and of course it follows it on the neck and on the back, which is nice and slick. The guitar is not. Oh, I forgot to mention it. Volume tone and a volume and tone and three-way toggle, which will never move past there. Like, that's the one thing that I was a little bummed about. Is I told Gus I only wanted a bridge pickup, so I try to make pretend this one's not there. I never use it, so it's useless to me. Drop the price, get rid of the pickup. Either that or get rid of the pickup, add a hip shot bridge. Break even. You know what I'm saying? And really, this is not a bad bridge, by the way. It's a good bridge. Just these types of bridge lend themselves better to a single cut, in my opinion. My opinion could be shit. You never know. Let's talk about the gear I used today. Obviously, we used the M7 TDS Tactical. Right there, up. We have the Rev G20 helping out a little bit. All right. I'm actually running that out the back of it into my DAW and using my physical speaker cab. So I have the IR cabinet that's loaded in the Rev, and I use the factory ones, and it's number 6, whatever that is. Yeah, there's selections on the cab. I need to figure out how to get better sounding cabs in that thing, but they're a little tough. I don't even know. Maybe I could update it. Maybe it's because it hasn't been updated in a while or something. Because everything else I have, the IRs are infinitely better. I probably should plug it into a computer and let it go. Check for updates. But really, not to like cut into the whole gorilla time, but the Rev products are amazing. And just so you know, I'm using pretty much 100% Canadian products. Shit, I even got a Canadian hat on. Just saying. I love Canadian products. They make some badass shit. Airs Effects, Revivification, Gut Tech, Gorilla Guitars. Tell you, man, Canada's a shit. People overlook Canada all the time. I don't get it. Because the Canadians are making some amazing shit. Dirtmonger Instruments is up in Canada, too. Just unbelievable companies just chilling out in Canada, man. Drinking beer and, you know, saying, hey, a lot, you know? Yeah. Anyhow, I'm going to get fucking off here because it's late. And I want to go to bed because I'm old. That's right. It's like midnight. Well past my bedtime. Just so you know, I go to bed early. Try to. I don't always make it there. More than once I've had to go and do the walk of shame into the bedroom because the old lady got real tired and went to bed without me, and go in, turn the light on, get that look like, you were supposed to be here hours ago. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Please check out Gorilla Guitars for no other reason than they're just doing really cool stuff. I know I mentioned like the run on it. Only reason why I do that is not to poke at Gorilla. I don't care where you go. I mean, yeah, you get a Wood Library PRS, you might have to get out a microscope to like find the problem, but you're talking a $5,000 guitar, folks. Come on now. You can find a problem with a $5,000 guitar. You're an asshole for buying it, and they're an asshole for selling it to you. But if you look at guitars over, and if you're being super critical, you'll always find something. Like to find the little tool mark I found, I had to literally look for it. If I wasn't looking for it, I probably would think that I had done the damage to it down the road because it's in a place where you typically would end up banging it up anyway, right? I mean, I take these guitars and shit all over the country. They're not rack princesses. I take them out, man, and I run all over the place with just a gig bag. So, and it says a lot that I take Gorillas with me a lot because they can take it. Like, without a doubt. I do not get nervous taking a Gorilla on the road. I just don't. They're fantastic guitars. They play great. They're definitely, if you're playing country music, it probably isn't for you. These things are meant to fuck some shit up. They're aggressive. I mean, look at it. Just look at it. It's an aggressive machine. It's dangerous. It's obnoxious. It's loud. Yet elegant and sexy at the same time. Just like me. All right, so yeah. I had to try to sell you on that just a little bit, I'm trying to bring sexy back. I already brought fat ass back. Now I gotta bring sexy back. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing fat ass back. All right, it's cool. Y'all have yourself a great, great day. All right, have yourself a good one, man. And again, go see Gorilla's new lineup. They got stuff on there that might shock the shit out of you. They got stuff in there, like, I shit you not, $899. Built in their factory on the same machines that build their $3,000 and $4,000 custom shop guitars by the same guys who build their $3,000 and $4,000 custom shop guitars. They're just stripped down a little bit. A couple of the pieces aren't as prestige. Like, you got the company lock-in tuners, which, by the way, are fantastic. You got the changeover from just using the really expensive bridges to just using a string-through crawl-over bridge, whatever the fuck. Tone Pro, there we go. It still does, mine I had to have good pickups, so I went with Seymour Duncan's, and thought I was getting a Nazgul Sentient, but I got Black Winters, and oddly enough, I really like the Black Winters. It's the first time I've ever had them in a 7-string. They're voiced perfect for a 7-string. Oh my god, they're great. So yeah. Very cool. Alright. I'll catch you in the next video. Like, legit. I think it's going to be a Pepper's Pedals video. Matter of fact, I think we're going to do the grunt. Grunt. Alright. Peace out, man. Keep music evil. Bring metal to the children. Don't be a dick. Subscribe to my shit. Later.